Hi everyone, today we're going to be working on these. So what we've done is we have created some found object art. So we were chatting about things that we missed, and one of them was holidays. So this one is based on a glamping holiday, but you could do anything out of these. And we were really careful when we were collecting our objects as well not to take anything that we thought the birds, the bees might use. So we only took sticks that we found on the ground, broke them up. These things here are weeds, so I don't mind taking them out of my garden. And then we only took like a few daisies because we know the bees like to feed on them at this time of the year. So that was my one, and then this is Millie's one, and Millie's gone totally natural. She's got no paper or tin foil on it because it's bad for the environment apparently. But sometimes you just have to have a little bit of it in your house. And Luke is still working on his one over here. So he's making his little tent with everyone in it and his campfire, and he's got his moon going. So I'm going to break mine. No. Bye-bye, little house. Say goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'm going to break it, and I'm going to show you how to make it. So I'm just going to move everything out of the way.
Oh, no.
It's all gone. It's all gone. Okay. So we started with a black sheet of paper. Now this can work easily with white as well. It's literally, you can do this as much as your imagination helps you along. You can come up with any type of idea. You could do a seascape, you could do a daytime cottage, whatever you want. So things we collected from the garden Millie show. So we have moss, we've chickens, so they take up all our moss for us. And then we have little sticks and a couple of weeds. These are pistachio nut shells, and I've drawn little faces on them so that you can't focus on it. Hang on. Can you focus on it? No, it's too close. It's like a little head, little face. Hello. And then we also use tin foil. Now this is old tin foil that we had left over from lunch. And also a few daisies and things. And Millie's showing you hers now. And I'm going to get started on mine. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with my forest floor. So I want a little bit of moss on each side. Oops, I've got daisies tangled up on this. I'm going to take them out. And then I'm going to make a little pathway. So I've gotten little sticks and I have broken them up like this. And I'm going to lead them up to where my horizon line is. This is great fun because you don't have to stick anything down. Your finished piece is just...
take a picture and print it out.
Yeah, take a picture and print it out. And what we were saying we might do with all of these bits and pieces that we've collected is go out and make a bug hotel afterwards, which is basically just putting them all somewhere and letting the bugs go free in them. But if you wanted to make it really cool, you could glue it down. Just use a little bit of PVA glue. So I've got my forest path and I've got my moss on each side. And then I have these, which we found in the ground. They're just like little hedgerows, so I'm going to use those, one maybe on either side for my trees. Kind of have them curved in so it looks like the forest has come together. And then all these little weedy bits you could use, like ferns, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Thank you. She's very clever. I wouldn't know that. I'm going to use a few more twigs and things that we rescued from the dog and stopped her eating. Break them up. And a few more bits of cow parsley, just to turn it into a nice forest.
It does look a bit like cow. It does look a bit like parsley.
It does a bit. Now make sure if you're taking anything from the garden, because I know someone here took something that I really like from the garden. Make sure you ask your mum and dad, because it might be a plant that they really love. So only take things that you find already broken off on the ground, or else
ask permission.
Ask permission. Ask mum and dad. Can you take it? So the next thing I'm going to do is put my tent down. Now I used old paper that I had in the art box, but you could either draw a tent in, or you could
use leaves like I did.
Use leaves like Millie did, or if there's any old envelopes left over, because natural colours work really well in the house. So I've got my tent and a little space in it, and then I'm going to put a flap on either side like this. And then I'm going to put my little pistachio heads in. So there is a little man. And this is a lady. See, her hair is a little bit longer. So they're looking out of their little tent and they look really happy. And I'm going to push them over a bit because I want to make a campfire. So I've got lots of teeny tiny little sticks. And I can break
them up.
I'm going to break a few. Yeah. Just to make them look more realistic. And also because I can't find the ones that I used in my original. Okay. Like this. And then I have little torn pieces of orange paper as well. And I'm going to put them on for the flames.
You can't cut it out, but it doesn't look as good.
It looks much better if it's torn. You could use little bits of yellow as well on that. And then I have a piece of tin foil, and I have literally squashed it and made it into a circle. So I'm going to put that up in the sky.
Or you could do like Lick did in his, he curved it up.
Yeah, he curled it up so he had a half moon. And then we just got tiny bits of tin foil and we squashed them up for the stars. So I'm going to put those around the place. Like that. Okay, and then I'm going to put some flowers in just to make it pretty. A couple of daisies. We didn't take too many because of the bees. Okay, so it's looking good. Now the only other thing I added to my original one was whenever we go glamping, they always have these beautiful fairy lights. So I found a tiny, really skinny stick. And then I had these tiny little pieces of pink. So I'm going to pop those in for my lights. Like this.
You could use tinfoil if you want.
You could use tinfoil. You could draw them in. Just see what you have lying around. And it's actually quite nice to get out and just look around and see what's in the garden and come up with a few ideas.
You feel good after it.
You do. You feel good after it. And this was a big hit with everyone in our house. They all loved it. So that's my finished piece. And when you have it done, Millie's thumbs up, you can just ask Mum and Dad, can you take a picture, please? And then the photograph is really your finished piece. But if you didn't want to do that and you wanted to keep it like this, you could get PVA glue and glue it all down and then stick it up on the wall. But we're going to put these all back in the garden, apart from the paper, and let the insects have them.
And the tinfoil.
And the tinfoil won't go in either. We'll use that for something else. So that's my finished piece of my little camping holiday. There's Millie's finished one, and she found a few old snail shells the hens had eaten the snails out of. So she's made like a coconut
tree.
Yeah, with a lovely sky, and these are her tropical flowers. And Luke finished his while I was doing the video. So this is his one. And oh look, he's put everyone in it. Which one's me, Luke? Is that me?
Yeah.
That's me. Who's that?
Dad.
Dad. That must be Millie. And there's Luke. Everyone's in it. And there is Poppy the dog, not impressed with anything as usual. Okay guys, have fun with that one, and hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow for another video. Say bye. Bye.